What's up, guys? I have something for you different today. Instead of a review, I'm going to do an update on my collection. I did one of these maybe a couple of years ago, so it's been a little bit. And kind of keep getting asked, when are you going to do a collection update? What's your collection look like? At this point, because since then I've added a few pieces. Thought I would do that in between reviews. The next review will be Galadriel, for those of you wondering. So that'll be the next individual statue. But I thought I'd kind of show you what my collection looks like right now, where everything's at, talk about some of the pieces. Got a couple of custom pieces I'll show you guys, and just kind of show you the setup. Some of it you will see I have to have statues on the floor because, as you can see behind me, I have bookshelves like this and a cabinet and everything in here, and it's full. So unfortunately, some of them have to be on the floor until I start kind of getting some shelves where I can expand outside of this. But I just thought I'd do a collection update and kind of show you where things are at. You see all the reviews that I do, and they're each individual piece, but thought I'd kind of show you where they're at now as far as line up in the cabinets and all that kind of thing. So let me flip the lens around. We'll be right back. Alright, we got some more of my film frames that you heard me talk about. You'll hear me talk about in a different part of the video. I love these things. Like I said, I think I've got 11 of them in here. Go over some of the Sideshow individual line when they had the license. You got Frodo and Sam in their orc gear. Got some of the Weta pins. I'm not in the light too much. The Eleazar pendant from Badali. You got Noble Collection letter openers. This is Narsil. I've got Androl, I think, over by Minas Tirith, a couple of Minas Tiriths that I have. You'll see in just a second. And then the Shards of Narsil. I think this is Noble Collection. It might be United Cutlery. It took me a while to track this piece down. And then the very first Lord of the Rings piece I ever ordered. The King Eleazar statue. Ordered in December of 2003. In Numenorian shield. Kind of thought it fit over here by Elessar. Back up, kind of give you that row. Alright, give you a little close up here now of the three hunters. And of the Aragorns that have been done, I think that's my favorite. Obviously, King Eleazar and Aragorn are the same person, different characters technically, depending on how you look at it. But as Strider, that's my favorite version. And I'll try to give you a close-up of his face in a minute. And I think that may be my favorite Gimli. Tim Miller sculpted that one. And Trevor Grove, I think, did the other two, if I remember right. Got a dead orc. Okay. Then you got the last row of Sideshow Lord of the Rings statues. You got Boromir from the extended version of, is it Return of the King? They show this sequence? I can't remember. It's been a while since I've seen the movies. I'm trying to kind of space out seeing them so that way, because I've seen them a lot, and I think sometimes you see them so much, You gotta give it a break, if that makes sense. Oops, sorry guys, I accidentally hit a button and stopped it, so it's going to be kind of an awkward edit here, but show you all three of these. I love this Boromir. And the Eowyn's got switch out sculpts, or not Eowyn, Arwen. With one with the necklace and one without the necklace, and I like to display the one with the necklace. And you got Gandalf. That's the exclusive as well, where this arm with the staff, I think it's back too, I can't remember. I like to display it this way. Alright, stand up and show you this shelf here. Mini Gollum. There we go. Looking down. More of the film frames. Little Gollum, or Schmeagol in this instance, I'm sorry. From Two Towers extended version. Berserker statue from the old Sideshow Weta line. Now we're getting into some of the other Sideshow Weta statues I have. Uruk-hai Scout. The Ugluk. Back up here, make sure I don't run into anything, y'all. The Peter Jackson tribute statue. The Danbury Mint Minas Tirith, the Minas Tirith that came with the Return of the King extended version. I got Andrew back there, the letter opener from Noble. Got a couple little small things, one from Noble, one from Weta. And then the Gimli statue from the Sideshow Weta line. Still one of my favorite pieces, and Gimli's my dad's favorite character, so that's one of the reasons why this particular piece won't leave my collection, because of how much my dad likes it. I like it too, but it's something special between me and my dad. Alright. The collector's edition of Bag End. You can see that the door is open. On the back side, there's rooms. I'm not going to flip it around. Sorry, guys. A hobbit hole. Magnet, Red Book magnet. And one thing I like about the old magnets, they were metal. Bilbo bust. I thought it was fitting on this shelf. Rivendell. One of my favorite environments that Weta has done. My Rohan shelf. The Theoden statue. Rohirrim shield. Helm's Deep. The Golden Hall. Some of you will probably notice the Golden Hall is messed up. A friend of mine gave me that. They didn't want it, and so they asked me if I'd take it. And even though it was broke, and I said, yeah, that's fine. Theoden's sword is a letter opener from Noble, and I have all of those from Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. Some of my Hobbit ones are put up, so I don't have them out on display. I think there's a picture that'll be in the article, but it'll be one of those where, unfortunately, you'll see a picture at the end. I even try to grab a quick video. Not a ton of space left in this room. Alright, let me stand up. Come back up here a little bit. And give you a run of this whole bookshelf here. And we get to the next shelf and we'll be right back. Got a smaller cabinet here. Got the Snow Troll from the War in the North video game, which I really liked. And I know the Snow Troll's kind of, I mean, he's in the lore a little bit. If you look him up, you can find him still maybe kind of creative character. And you get some grief because of that. But I really like this troll statue a lot. Got one of the Hobbit holes. Why here? Because it fit. The Battle Troll. I really wish this one had gotten made in a bigger size, but still one of my favorite trolls. Got Shelob. The Schmeagol. Comet Combust 06, something like that maybe. War in the North. Snow Troll again, that came with, I think this was Europe only, collector's edition that I had to buy on eBay. Another Hobbit hole. Gentle Giant Gandalf. Another Hobbit hole. The Argonath environment, which I got. What happened is it sold out. A few came back in stock at Weta, and I just happened to be leaving work, saw the email, and ordered it before I left. It was a good thing I did, because what little they got back left in stock that came back were gone by the time I got home. And I live about 35 minutes from where I work. The Gandalf the Grey mini statue. He got Amon Hen, the environment, which might look better between Boromir and Lurtz than Faramir, but I wanted to get Faramir on a shelf, so. Now this piece here is another custom piece. This is the Door of Moria, and if you turn the lights off, it does actually glow. I'm not going to turn the lights off for this collection update, but it's pretty cool. I might have a picture of it where it glows, and I'll put that in an article that you can find on thewondering.net. That weather top. See if I can get you a good look at it. There we go. It's a little bit better. Alright, that's it for this cabinet. Be right back. Alright, got another Lord of the Ring themed bookshelf. You got Noble Collection Guard at the Gate of Erebor. This was part of a special edition for the theatrical version of the first Hobbit film. The Weta Fellowship of the Ring sets. And then in the background you can see some of my books. I'll tell you a little bit more about a couple of those in a minute. The Arkenstone from Badali. Now, if you were at our panel at Comic-Con, at the Torn panel, you heard me talk about this. This is one of those items that, because Badali has the book license to make stuff, it's more book themed, so I like that for that reason. And I kind of like this version of the Arkenstone a little bit better than what was in the movie. There's the other guard. Like I said, you got the bookends back there. You can see Bilbo, he's kind of hiding. Some of the books. Let's see here. Okay, so that copy of The Hobbit is my dad's from high school, and the Fellowship of the Ring is a copy of my mom's copy from high school. Those were the first time I read through each book, that was what I read through. And you got the People's Guide to J.R.R. Tolkien, which is a torn book. You got some, and I've got a whole bookshelf of other copies of Lord of the Rings, all the stuff Weta's done, background stuff, behind the scenes. Unfortunately, I can't get to that bookshelf because I have some stuff in it down here in the basement. So I didn't get it out of the way because it would take longer than what it's already taken me to do all this stuff today. But the Character's Guide and the Atlas and the Lord of the Rings official movie guide are some of my favorite books to kind of look at every once in a while. Just neat stuff. Gandalf. I have some of the tops fabrics pieces from the movies. And I believe this book here, this Characters from Tolkien, my sister might have got me that for Christmas one year. Got King of the Dead. That was the relaunch test helm. Uruk-hai General, maybe? Can't remember. I'm going to pick it up while I'm trying to film. I'll end up breaking it. The Pippin statue from the old Sideshow Weta line with his scared face. The Dane Helm. Why is Dane over here with all this? Well, he fit in this spot, so that's kind of why he ended up there. Original Sideshow Weta Boromir. Orthanc. See if I can get a little closer. Orc Medallion. The One Ring with the inscription on it. Got that from Weta, obviously. My second favorite environment, Moria. I'll show you something in a second why I really love that one. Grima Wormtongue. And this is why this one's my favorite. You can trace the journey that the Fellowship took. Well, some of it anyways. And then you got the Bridge of Khazad-dûm. I just really love that environment. Bad Guy Shelf. You got the Lurtz bust, the Uruk-hai Berserker bust, Ringwraith bust, Witch King Helm from The Hobbit, and then you got the Witch King in 2 different forms. So I thought the helm and kind of fit in the bust. Keep a few of them in here. Technically, this is the Morgul Lord statue, but it's the Witch King. Alright, come back up and give you a full look at this cabinet. Alright guys, I'll go to the next cabinet over there in just a second. Alright, here's another cabinet. That is an AP Legolas, Arms of Legolas I should say. Got a mini Strider, mini Arwen. That's the Gentle the Giant Balrog bust from when they had the line. You got Frodo versus Gollum from the diorama line. See if I can get in close and get you. That was a Comic-Con exclusive, I think, too, maybe. I can't remember. It might have started off the line. That's a Moria Orc Swordsman statue. One of the new helms, it's the Scully helm. Easterling statue, that's one of my favorites. Now I've had this one for quite a while. This is the original Legolas statue. There we go. If you notice, the string's been broke. I had a cat get to it years ago. One of my key cats that I lost here in the last few years, so kind of a good, reminder of having that fur baby in my family, so it's kind of a nice little thing, I guess. Saruman the White. It's one of the best statues in that original line, I think. The Palanthar. Missed a spot dusting. Original Gandalf the Grey. With purple fingernails. Treebeard medallion, if I can not get in the way of the light here. The White Council chamber environment from the Hobbit line. I put it up here because it fit space-wise. Gandalf the White. The Witch King in true form statue from Sideshow when they had the license. There we go. Wounded Orc bust. That might have been a Comic-Con exclusive as well. I can't remember all the Comic-Con exclusives from years ago. Of course, Barad-dûr. Pull back, see if I can't get you. You can see a biffer down here. He's kind of hiding out. I got two of this guy. I got one non-autographed. He's hiding out down here for right now. And I got an autographed one in the cabinet. Well, that's it for this cabinet. We'll be right back. Alright, we're at more of my Hobbit themed cabinet. This is my enclosed display cabinet that I had a friend of the family build. It's a pretty nice cabinet. It's all wood, that kind of thing. It's like I said, it's enclosed, so I need to start upgrading my other cabinets to these, and it'll help the dusting and that kind of stuff. So anyways, we'll go over the busts. Got the Gentle Giant stuff. You got Thorin, which was a Comic-Con exclusive a few years ago. You got the Dwalin bust, which was a PGM exclusive. You've got the Goblin King bust, which I think is maybe Gentle Giant's best bust ever. I love it. And if you did it, order it through the website, you got the little scribe. And Gentle Giant's been the only company of the high-end people, that have made the Goblin King and the scribe. So I'm hoping at some point Weta will do the Goblin King in some form. You've got the Azog bust. You got Gollum, Bilbo, and Legolas holding the orc head. You also have limited edition airplane. I can't remember the scale. It's got Smaug on the side. It's really neat. Got this from a friend of mine from Torn. You might know them as Keely, aka Kelly Rice, or KM Rice if you know her, if you read her books and follow her writing. So got that, and that's in the collection. Got, speaking of Keely, you got Feely and Keely here. You got Gloin, Bofer. Now we're going to get to some of the other dwarves, and I'm not going to lie, I'm going to struggle with the names. I, for whatever reason, have a difficult time remembering all the dwarves. Now, this Thorin, if you can see back here, has the little shield that was part of the Comic-Con exclusive from San Diego. They obviously did an open edition that didn't have the shield. And so that's the only difference between the two. You've got Balin here. That was probably, I'd say Balin was my favorite dwarf in The Hobbit. I just really loved how Ken Scott, I think, played the character. You can see some of the little knick-knack type things back here. You got from Noble Collection, you got Thorin Oakenshield keychain. You got the key. Some of the Weta postcards with some of the planes. There's the a postcard of the big plane from the Hobbit movies. There is another Hobbit airplane. There is a replica plane of that one, but I've never been able to track it down because it goes for a little bit of a price. Got some other little mini items up here. Leather bookmark. Little pouch that goes with Keely's runestone. I was there. That's from Badali. There's another one. One for each one of the movies, if I remember correctly. Let's see here. Oh, that's the Torn Line Party for the first Hobbit movie, I think. I might have an extra couple of them. Yeah, it's just the same Hobbit movie. I was thinking I had a couple different ones. Durin's Day pin. Now on the Smaug coins that Weta did, they did 5, and did that, and then they had the first one individually, and then they did 5. The 5 is a set, which I'll show you in a second. Get the postcards of Middle Earth from The Hobbit, and then like I said, you probably saw this a second ago. I've got Lord of the Rings back here. Battle of Five Armies collector's pin. Here's the coins. And that goes in that little pouch that I showed you, and then the gray one. Smaug pin. That's Weta's Thorin's key. Noble Collection, I think, did one too. You got... Now, if you're noticing in this cabinet, the light's better on the top one. I don't have lights in this cabinet. I didn't do it when I had it built, and I probably should have. I keep thinking, I even bought some lights to maybe put in here, but I'm too chicken to do it because I'm afraid either I won't do it right or they'll fall down and break a statue. So since I'm the only one that looks at it most of the time, I just kind of deal with it. And the hat comes off the Gandalf the Grey statue, for those of you that aren't aware. And that's the key, so the prison cell key for Desolation of Smaug that Bilbo gets a hold of. Some of the barrel riders here. I really liked the line of barrel riders myself. And yes, I did end up with two of him. 1-1, and got the other as a gift. And then here's Weta's version. Here is, go back up and go to the statues now. My Radagast the Brown from Weta. I love this statue, the paint on it, the detail, coloring, the character. It's really fantastic. I love it. I had the privilege of getting it signed by Sylvester McCoy when he was here in Kansas City a few years back. Took the base up there and got it autographed. Bilbo the Baggins. Jeez, you can tell it's late when I'm doing this. Bilbo Baggins statue. The little profile picture that you see in the book. I've also got one inside of a custom red book that I have, so I keep this one back here. The contract. Thranduil. It's a beautiful statue, and I may end up selling this one with the rider one coming out. Okay, so again, like I said, this one gets a little dark down here, so I apologize. Got the rest of the dwarves here. Had to get kind of creative with that one. Like I said, he's a little further back, so there's my other Biffer. And you can't see it, but the autograph's down there, so I'm not sure why I'm even showing you. Nori here. Gollum. Tariel, which is one of my favorite statues from the Hobbit line. Really, really fantastic. Get my finger out of the way there. And then we kind of get down here to the Lord of the Rings / Hobbit area. My favorite statue in my collection. Got the original Balrog. You've got the Ringwraith on Steed. Got a mini Ringwraith. And then the Hobbit representation on this shelf. You got Azog on Warg. This is really a really neat piece. And I reviewed this one with my attempt at writing and took pictures on kind of a terrible day. Every once in a while I think about taking pictures of this one. Just to have better pictures. Then I remember how heavy he was and how much it stresses me out to move this guy. So probably not going to redo pictures of this guy. Back up a little bit and get you the whole thing. I can't step back far enough, but alright, that's it for this cabinet. Be right back. Alright, here is another bookshelf. Got the old cave troll hammer. You got 3 of my favorite things to collect. Really is these film frames from the Trilogy Tuesday showing. I love these little things. I think I've got 11 in my collection. Little Hobbit themed shelf here on this particular cabinet. You got Bolg. Got Tauriel's daggers. Or Tauriel's dagger. Got Smauglet. And Legolas from The Hobbit. Okay, the next shelf. We got little Lord of the Rings. Got Boromir, which obviously I just reviewed. Got Faramir. And Lurtz. Who I also just reviewed. Next shelf also has a little Lord of the Rings going on. Got the High Elven Warrior. One of the little mini shields that got done early on when Weta got... well, they didn't have the 1/6 license back, but they were doing various products and stuff Middle-earth themed, and this was one of the ones that they did. Little Mirkwood helm. Uruk-hai swordsman. The statue, obviously. Eowyn, which I obviously reviewed this summer. And I'll apologize again, guys. The light down here is not real good. So sometimes it's going to jump, and even when I'm trying to auto-correct it on the fly, it's a little rough. So sometimes we're not going to get the greatest looks, but mostly just want to give you guys, a look at my collection, how things are set up and stuff like that. I wish I had a better setup as far as light goes, so you guys could see everything, how good it is. But if you check out the pictures and the reviews, you see that. So I guess part of it is I just don't want to make these Weta pieces, Sideshow pieces, Noble Collection, Badali, all these people that I have in my collection. I don't want to make them look bad because they're just absolutely fantastic pieces. Try to get you a good look at Faramir here. And he's hiding over here, but this is my dad's John Wayne premium format from Sideshow. He's kind of hiding in the collection. My dad asked me to put him down here the other day, so he's hiding out. Alright, back up and kind of give you one good look at this case from... And then let me do something. I'll show you you see the red book peeking out. Let me do something with that real quick and we'll be right back. I'll show you some custom items I have in my collection. This is a custom Lord of the Rings themed clock that I got from a friend of mine, not last year, year before for Christmas. It's a beautiful clock. I think I shared it maybe on my Instagram or my Twitter account, I can't remember, and had a bunch of you guys comment and say some nice things about it, and it's a beautiful clock. Then we get down to my custom red book. There we go. And my Isildur scroll. If I open up the red book, and that's a leather cover, by the way. There's the other Bilbo's portrait I was telling you about. And I'll flip a couple of pages so you can kind of see. And this is really neat. It's really cool. Had that custom made by a guy. If you search, you'll find it. I don't want to say necessarily who it was and get in trouble, so but it's one of my favorite pieces in my collection, period. It's just a really, really great piece. So that's one, if you go hunt down and find out if it's still getting made, it's worth the price, I promise. And then that's also by the same guy, the Isildur scroll. Both custom pieces, worth the money, without a shadow of a doubt. All right, let me hop to the next cabinet. We'll be right back. I have this over here when I did this section, so little odd edit you'll catch on this. I got this last year for Christmas. My sister and her husband got me this. It's they took a picture of the realm of Middle Earth, map of Middle Earth, and got it made into a custom little like art print type thing. And so I forgot to grab it out and put it over here with my other custom stuff. So just wanted to show you guys that attached to the little custom section of my collection, and we'll get to the next cabinet. Okay, so here's my bust, or some of the busts that I have. There's some more in the collection which you saw. Had to move some of them out here so that way I could have room for some of the statues and clear some things off the floor. But you see that I've got, you know, Gandalf the White's in here. You got Elendil. You got Isildur. And then this, if you follow the Collecting the Precious Stuff, this I might have put one up, talked about this. This is a prototype Isildur bust that they didn't use when they went to this, and you can see some differences. You know, stuff like the ring and the head angle, obviously. Numenorian soldier, which I would love to see turned into a statue. You got Boromir. I can get a good focus on him. I got one. There we go. Here it is. There we go. Mouth of Sauron. Grima and Saruman. The Rohirrim soldier. That was a Comic Con exclusive. 05, 06, something like that maybe. Theoden. That's one of my favorite busts. If I can get you a little better look. Witch King. Uruk-hai swordsman bust. Another Uruk bust. Got a couple of troll busts. Alright, we'll head back into the collection room in just a second. Alright, as I wrap this collection update video, I'd kind of show you the whole room. Some of the things maybe you didn't get individually to look at. The Sauron PF, Smaug, the Big Balrog, Dane, Watcher in the Water. But that's it for my collection update. I haven't done, like I said, I haven't done one of these in a while, and get asked every once in a while, so hopefully you guys enjoy it. I know some of the video and pictures are a little rougher than I would normally do because the lighting in here, as you can see, isn't super great, but thought I'd do one and show you guys what it's looking like right now. As you can see, I'm basically out of room. May have to sell some stuff. Some stuff might get boxed up and stored. Not quite sure what I'm going to do. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video despite maybe some of the issues and odd editing in some of the certain spots. But thanks for all the support, guys. I do appreciate it. You guys have been really great to me this summer, and especially with the fact that it took to this summer to get kind of back in the flow of things. So appreciate the support. Love you guys. Later.